Hello, fellow vault dwellers, good afternoon. It's time for the Turtlecast, and welcome in the chat. Some people are early and waiting already. Hello there, Spiteful Angel, Michael Yost, Adepion Jack, PDM, David G, Bivan, Baphomet, RHPS, Visric, Alufur, Basic Hermit, Steve Martin, Happy Turtle, Machabis, Andreas, Sonerd. And welcome, new member of Turtles Army, Michael, welcome, and may the shell be with you. Thank you a lot for your support. And we do have some news this time around, as finally, August map has been published, but only for August, so they are keeping secrets about rest of the year. But even with just August published, we do have some hints into how the schedule will go for the rest of the year. Now, what should I start from? Let me quickly check if there is any maybe official article on follow.com. Let me check out if there is anything new. No, the last thing was Atomic Shop update. That's fine. There's nothing new on follow.com. There is new calendar for August. So maybe let's do the calendar first. Let's do the calendar first. So that was published on Discord and on Twitter. So that's the calendar for August. Community calendar, only 1 month. But we know what's happening here, and we have some cue based on that when the next update will be. So my prediction, maybe let's do that first. My prediction for now is that update will drop on September 2nd, although can be as well September 9th, taking a look on the fact that mutated public events are week 19 to 26th of August. Therefore, the 2nd of September should be mutated public events. No, shouldn't be. 1926 or should be. Right? Is there? No, they only occasional now, so we don't know if they should be. So that's maybe not necessarily an indication. So 2nd or 9th or August, I would speculate for the next update. As well, we know that December is the big update, and that would align nicely as 3 months. This update will last for 3 months if December is another one. And I'm almost certain end of August, update is not dropping. There is no mention, and then usually there is no exact date ahead of time on those calendars for updates. But I don't see how it will fit anywhere here, taking into consideration that testing is still ongoing on public test server, and there's a lot to be done. So I'm expecting September. Now, what's coming soon? July 29th, it's Fastnacht again. I know your favorite. Fastnacht, your favorite event, is coming back. 29th, so that is, what day? That should be Tuesday, wasn't it? Yes. That's Tuesday, as usually. Dropping on Tuesday, Fastnacht, this coming Tuesday, this very next week, for 2 weeks. In the meantime, there is double score as well, Merma special pick. Nothing particularly special, but opportunity to top up on your season progression. Gold Rush and double mutations, August 7th till 11th. That's only for the weekend. 17, 11, so that's only for the weekend. It's not the whole week of double mutations, only weekend one. And then we do have mini season. So mini season, they didn't list the name of that. They didn't. I think it was data mined what it's supposed to be, but they didn't list it here. They just say mini season. So if you're new to the mini seasons, there will be additional 2 pages on the season pass, like special 2 pages. You will switch between normal season pass and mini season pass, and you will use the same currency that you are using for the main season to claim those rewards. So it's a good idea to save for the mini season if you want to claim them straight away. There would be a series of challenges to complete to get the points, but you can claim all rewards straight away if you save your normal scoreboard tickets. Those are the same tickets being used for mini season. Then some script surplus, mutated public events, like double mutations and mutated public events, two different things. They both have mutations in name. And lastly, treasure hunter, the weekend at the end of August. And everything ends here. There is no more map. That's why I do hope it will be September 2nd. It can be 9th, but I do hope for the 2nd. It would be nice opening of the month if we'll get it straight away. I know not too much. We're expecting a full roadmap at some point for the year, but that's not coming at this point. Certainly not coming. So we'll not see anything ahead of time. Oh, Jesus for you. Thank you a lot for $20. Appreciate that, Jesus for you. And the message is, not sure if I can force myself to do another fast night. Looking for a PvE or PvP fishing event. I love them in Red Dead Redemption 2, but Rockstar killed that. Yeah, that's another game that died, and everyone was saying that it's much better than Fallout. To the point of everyone who was saying that Fallout is dead for last 5 years, and there is still plenty of people that keep saying that. Look how many games we're saying goodbye to in the meantime. Like Red Dead Online is dead. It has dead in the name, so maybe that was some kind of a clue. You don't put dead in your online name. It doesn't gonna end well. And yeah, let's see who else in chat saying what. So next season I already showed the calendar, so there was a date. So how long is the mini season? 1, 2, 3 weeks. 3 weeks from now. We have time before the mini season arrives. Oh, Casper just finished watching Tour de France. I was watching it at some point in the past. Now I'm no longer watching it. But I did. I was cycling myself. Random players being kicked from a team. I think this issue is old, and it is happening sometimes still. It's not a very common issue, luckily. Next season waiting room. Yeah, next season. It's not so far, to be honest. September, I don't know what happened with July, but it's almost over. I feel like July just started, but now it's almost over. So next month in no time, and we have update, new season, combat rebalance, the scary combat rebalance. Hopefully it ends up being just fine. I will do some Fastnacht, but I will not be grinding the Fastnacht. That's not happening. I don't have stamina for grinding Fastnacht either. I will do some. Maybe I will get lucky, but I'm not someone who grinds Fastnacht a lot. No, that's not for me. Too much. Too much. AFK has ruined Fastnacht. I don't really feel problem with AFK. Like, I'm able to complete all the tasks really by myself if I need to, and usually there is someone else doing it. I didn't really encounter a Fastnacht when I would be alone doing tasks, even when not streaming, even when just joining randomly, loading in on the hour. So no one could know that I will be there. And there was still at least one, usually two other people running around and completing tasks. And with 3 people, it goes real fast. Yeah, I do not recommend uh, like doing anything with your weapons and armors in regards to legendary crafting before next update. Let's see how it ends up being, how it stabilizes first before you do decisions. Still, everything is still changing on public test server. Today is another update. It was already announced, so public test server is receiving another update today. We'll see what's gonna change. If anything meaningful, I will drop a quick video so everyone can see what's going on in there, what's planned. How they killed your collection, Rascal? I don't think there are any new masks, or maybe. At least I didn't notice any info about new masks as of yet. Now, before I forget, let's see if there are questions in Ask the Turtle section. And earlier today I did drop a video about combat changes from the public test server and what it's supposed to be. Hopefully you had an opportunity to watch it. Generally those are good. I would, with exception of some random high AP cost weapons out of a sudden. Everything else, it's mostly fine. I just wish there would be a little bit more distinction between true mods and stabilized, as they're supposed to support different playstyle, but they work in very similar manner. Okay. So now, where did I stop? Okay, there. Ask the turtle section, found it. So first one, did I read that last time? Probably not. Hello AT, I hope you have had a break from the heat. There was actually a break from the heat. Today heat is back, but only for 1 day supposedly. I live in Arkansas, where our heat index this week will reach 110 to 15 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hot. Anyways, I was wondering if the 3-star legendary mod Secret Agents... Oh, maybe I did answer that last time. Now, since I think about it, it doesn't stack. Okay, I did answer that last time. So this one might be new, or this one. No, this one. Okay, this is first new. I should go by that. This time it's accurate. Is Quad better than Furious on Gauss minigun with the current public test server considering Bullet Storm? No, it is not. The Gauss minigun has already enough capacity and amount of damage you are getting from Furious. That's 100% damage bonus. That basically cannot be outclassed, and that's on top of boosting all onslaught effects. Right? That's additional damage. So that cannot be outclassed. You cannot. Furious. The reason to use Quad and benefit from Bullet Storm, there is a use case, but only if ammo capacity of the weapon is relatively small. Let's say 100 bullets will only give you 4 stacks, maxing out at like 6 usable stacks. So that's not enough. Then you need Quad, so you can multiply 100 into 400 bullets. That makes sense. But if you already have a gun with 500, 600 bullets, that's not worth it. Hey Turtle, I'm using Reverse Onslaught with Furious as a melee. Good choice. I get 19 stacks, but if I add another Onslaught card that gives an additional 3 stacks, it says 19, but if I switch to a ranged weapon, it would go to 22. Switch back to my melee, and it stays at 22, but it only regenerates back up to 19. Does that sound right? Yes, that sounds right, because Onslaught cards, with exception of Reversed Onslaught, do not work for melee. So you shouldn't be using any of them. They give you no benefit. You only use Reverse Onslaught card to get a Furious bonus combined with Pounder's bonus. Combining those two bonuses and 19 stacks, that's what you want on melee, but not anything else, as other stuff do not work. Just unequip those cards if you are using only melee. They do nothing for you. 2 more questions. Am I right in thinking if I have Pounder's mod on my melee weapon, as long as I keep my stacks above 10 using Reverse Onslaught, it will always be doing 100% more base damage, and thus having Pounders show the extra damage on the weapon card? I'm not sure if it shows on the weapon card, but you want all 19 stacks if possible. 10... Okay, how much is Pounders? Is it Pounders 10%? Per stack? I think Pounders is more than Furious. Someone in the chat, you need to help me as I don't remember now. Is Pounders 5 or 10%? I think it's 10%. So if Pounders is 10%, you add 5% from Furious. So 10 stacks give you 150%. And with 19 stack, you should be close to 300%. Not exactly, 285, if my math is right, if I didn't mix up something about Pounders. But yeah, that's a lot of extra damage. Almost 300% is a lot of extra damage. That's why you want Reverse Onslaught, Pounders, and Furious on your melee weapon. That's a lot. Nothing else from legendary effects can give you close to 300% extra damage. There's nothing else. And if I'm wrong about it, then close to 200%. Depends whichever Pounders is. I don't know where you took 100%. Oh, you probably didn't add Furious. Maybe you are just counting Pounders 10% multiplying by 10, but you add Furious to that. They both stack. Is there any way to boost your chance of getting 4-star legendary mods from the raid? No, outside of the fact that deeper stages of the raid drop more of those 4-star. I farmed the Guardian a bunch, with the priority being 4-star legendary gear and experience being secondary, using your 1-star beginner edition raid video as my starting point. Thank you, Aggravated Tortoise, for all that you do, and please help me get some good ship. So, if you are just farming Guardian, it has the lowest chance to drop 4-star mod boxes. Deeper on, it's higher. Therefore, getting a team and running the full raid will be way more optimal for getting 4 stars than just farming the Guardian, as Guardian has low drop chances. It will drop them slowly, but surely it will drop them, but faster if you run the full raid. But for that, you need a team. And lastly, is there any outgoing damage calculation formula that covers every possible perk and damage bonuses? There are, but I don't think any of them are updated enough to reflect what in-game damage actually is. Also, about sneak damage on public test server, is it worth on the same levels as weak point now? It is not. Okay, I understand what the question. No, is sneak attack damage supposed to be multiplicative based on the patch notes, but it is not for some reason. Something like base, 1 plus bonus damage, weak point plus sneak. So sneak at this moment, it's normal additive still. They supposed to make it multiplicative, they never did. So either they gave us wrong information about making it multiplicative, what is not intended, or they intend to make it multiplicative, they just didn't yet. So it's just additive bonus. So it's still in the first bracket, bonuses plus sneak. Bonus damage plus sneak on your math. The weak point, at this moment, weak point is the only multiplier. I think, no, not only. Okay, weak point and enemy debuffs. Those are the only multipliers. Like taking one for the team, follow through, those legendary perk cards are multiplicative too. And that's it in regards to questions. Back to the chat now. Oh, there is 5 new glowing masks, someone is saying in the chat. Okay, so that's cool. Maybe I will get one. With extreme luck. Can farm snake for best 4 stars. Yeah, but that requires a secondary account as an anchor. So it's not really solo. It's kind of solo if you have 2 devices. Does explosive work with the Tesla rifle? It does not. No. Oh, they're changing a lot of masks to be common. And only glowing will be rare now. Oh, that's what you mean by your collection being worthless now, Rasko. I got it now. Oh, Spiteful Angel, thank you a lot for 10 donated memberships. Appreciate that. 10 memberships. So, who do I welcome? I welcome Dream Houdini, Dreamy Houdini, Nuka Cola Dealer, Pantrax, Elzili, CP3, Michael Leach, Michael Zaki, The Mip Kid, Darth Artemis Star, Leon. Welcome to Tertus Army, and may the shell be with you. Yeah, Leon was too easy. I was even expecting that I should think about it more. But that's one easy name. They're usually hard. One easy name at the end. Which is more powerful, second star crit or limb damage? That depends for what. They do completely different thing. The crit damage increases your damage. The limb damage helps you cripple enemies faster, which in result can increase your damage after they crippled. But you can cripple them without this effect. It will just take more time before the extra damage kicks in from your perks. Therefore, not really straightforward comparison. Completely depends on what your build is, how often you are on a team, how often you are solo. Are you solo reliable for crippling your enemy in order to increase the damage, or are your teammates helping? What you need. Generally, from my experience, as the overall the best second star as it is now, it's faster fire rate. The most universal. Helps you do damage no matter what, more damage. Cripple a little bit faster because if you do more damage faster, you cripple faster too. Not as good for crippling as extra limb damage. In case of criticals, they kind of wonky now. They're not always registering anyway, so I'm not worried about faster fire rate making criticals even registering even less. Just don't care about those criticals as much, especially if the changes with the next patch will go through and you can only achieve critical every second shot with set of limit breaking. And I don't plan to update all my power armors and regular armors with full set of limit breaking. So most likely quite a bit of my time will be critting every third shot and not every second. Yeah, bash or block for auto axe fix usually works. So you're welcome. Yes, there is another patch on public test server today, correct. Yeah, I'm not into masks personally myself, luckily, as otherwise I would be upset as much as everyone else who has a collection, and suddenly some of the masks are losing rare classification and going to be common now. That's like kick in your precious, precious eggs. So that doesn't feel good. I don't understand this decision either if that's gonna go through with this Fastnacht. Probably will if that's data mined information. It's not right, I agree. That's not right. Imagine having some collectible that's super rare and valuable and suddenly it's mass produced in every shop. And that's your valuable collectible. In real world, that would be equivalent of. Oh, I know what that would be equivalent of. Even worse. Imagine one day someone actually comes up with a technology allowing to change lead into gold, and that would be easy. And now suddenly gold is mass produced everywhere, and most people, most rich people, have their savings tied to gold, as that's the gold standard for a reason. It's safe because gold always has value. But if you finally get out with a technology to mass produce it, no longer has any value. Have the same value as lead, which is not much. What would I like to see come to the game? I hope for the map expansion to the left-hand side, to the west, the other side of the river. We'll see what we'll get. Definitely the biggest update. That's what they said. Biggest update coming in December. What that is, still a mystery. They're holding this mystery well. We still don't know. Is it easier to run hybrid build with all the changes happening to the paracards? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely easier to run hybrid build. The majority of the power is tied to Furious effect and Onslaught. So a lot of weapons fits in there. And even if something doesn't, you don't need to unequip paracards to use a weapon. Like all weapons, almost all weapons now, and especially after next patch, will have usable power. So you can absolutely run a hybrid build. Something maybe similar to my ultimate lazy hoarder build. It's kind of usable with almost all weapons. I'm running it with heavy guns, but that's just my choice. I could switch to any other gun and it would be fine. Oh, about masks not going to be rare no more. I don't have any confirmed information from Bethesda. That just based on people talking about data mined information. It refers that every mask that's not glowing will be considered common, and only glowing ones will be rare. And there is a lot of non-glowing masks currently that are rare. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of changing rare cosmetics into common. I'm not the same in regards to weapon mods. Like if they would decide to make Enclave plasma weapons more common than they are now, I'm all for it. I don't like my weapons being locked behind a ridiculous grind, but collectibles, consumables, they should be. Some of them should be locked behind ridiculous grind, just so everyone can show off who wants to do this grind. That's different. I have different category for cosmetics of any kind and different for usable items like resource collectors, weapons, armor pieces, legendary effects. Those I want to be relatively accessible for everyone. I'm not saying super easy that you don't need to do anything for your weapons, not that, but not super rare for sure. Yeah, about ultrasight ammo, it should be dropping. They reverted the change and they said they will reconsider those plans. They didn't completely roll back on an idea. They said they will revisit it later. Hopefully, they will not really too much unless they have something cool to add about this ammo. Yeah, I know there is so many masks at this point, but rarity is different for the rare masks versus common one. The common one drop more, therefore they saturate market way faster. So there are differences. Yeah, and it happened to some other cosmetics in the past, yes, that were rare, and then they have been added to some boxes and other ways to obtain them, which is not great. Not great for the rare stuff. At some point, if you do that to every single rare item, the new rare items lose value too, because everyone is like, why would I bother? At some point, this rare item will be common again. And that's not good. That's not good for collectors. Mm. Anything else was there announced on Bethesda Discord, or just the PTS update? I think just the PTS update. Yeah, so PTS update is happening today in 90 minutes from now. Hopefully some bugs will get fixed. I reported some bugs too. One bug that ruined my idea of testing Blood Sacrifice legendary perk. So there is a bug that unfortunately all the new updated revive effects do not work if I will go into downstate from self-inflicted blood sacrifice damage. They don't work. I hope that's a bug. It needs to be fixed. Oh yeah, Chesses, you're right. Some people will be so excited when old rare masks that used to be rare drop. They will have no idea they're common now. They will think they have a rare mask, but that's common. Alright, so that I think is everything for the Turtlecast. Therefore, we'll be heading on now for a member hangout to do our dailies, and later on I will wait for the patch notes from Bethesda in regards to public test server update. If there will be anything important, I will drop a video with that. If there is nothing and just small bug fixes, I will not, as usually, but it's probably something still there. So we are relatively early and they doing a big changes with each patch, so probably something is there to talk about. We'll see. You will see. If video do not appear, there was nothing to talk about. If video do appear, there was something to talk about. And that being said, thank you all for being here, everyone. Appreciate your support. And hopefully see you all tomorrow or later on in the video. Thank you, take care, have awesome weekend, and see you soon. Bye.